why the Egyptian Israelites spent over 400 years in Africa. Now, people say, well, Seti, how could they remain? Listen, Israelite is a damn religion at this point. Those who follow the religion. Okay, because as far as the bloodline had intermixed between the Hermetic and the so-called Semitic, which is a created creature that don't really exist. Is a created creature. That's all it is, to break up the legacy of ancient Africa. You know what I'm saying? And then some erroneous people end up cosplaying the Semitic, which is already a created creature. And so that's all that is. And so today you got the Ashkenaz playing, and then you got the so-called Hebrew Israelites, and they out there fumbling bad because they don't know what the hell they talking about. They dive in a swimming pool with no water in it. So we talking about over 400 years that the Hebrew Israelites spent. They came in with 77, and they say when they left out of there after 400 years, of eating good, because when they was out there in that damn desert, they wasn't even populating. I mean, goddamn. Between from Noah to damn Joseph to Jacob is damn near how much? About 400 years, 500 years. They hadn't even populated since the flood, but 77 people. So their bloodline was fucked up. And the hell, after 500 years, you still 77 people. That don't even make no sense. But then when they came up out of Africa after eating good, they've been up in Egypt eating good. I seen in the Bible it said they was eating melons and eating what they was onions, melons. Man, they was eating all kind of good shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never they try to compare the so-called slavery of the Israelites in Africa with the slave trade. Man, black people was over here eating pig guts. Them motherfuckers was in Africa eating all type of watermelons and all type of, they could get free fish and shit. Man, the master caught a nigga over here down at the water fishing. He'll goddamn chop his arm off. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, what you doing down here fishing? No, you ain't getting no fish, nigga. So what we're proving here after 400 years, man, what they had learned, from the Egyptians. They stole all their gold, and when they got up out of there, showing that they ain't nothing but thieves. God say thou shalt not steal. Y'all stealing every time y'all get a chance. They stole gold, stole people. That's all they did. Talking about they was in slavery, and they was enslaving people after they and before they went into slavery. That they had laws on how to enslave, but yet and still they want to talk about how they was enslaved in Egypt. And the reason why they was supposedly enslaved, because they wasn't enslaved 400 years. To my understanding, they was only enslaved like half of that time, And so, what happened? Because you went to allying with the enemies of Egypt, and when they would come in and try to attack Egypt, the Israelites were aligning themselves with the enemies of Africa. And so they say, fuck it. They end up just going, and y'all wasn't building nothing. That little shit y'all built was made of mud and straw. Y'all had nothing to do with the megalithic structures of Africa. They wouldn't even let y'all go that far south. They kept y'all down in the lower regions. You know what I'm saying? So they can always put that, that boot up in your ass to get you up out of there. They didn't bring y'all deep down. They left y'all right up there, right there at the doorway of Egypt into the Sinai Peninsula. That's where they kept them so they could put that boot up in their ass and get them up out of there. And so they never went south. They never had anything to do with the great megalithic structures. They said they built the treasure cities, the treasure cities of Ramesses and Pithom, I believe. And so, yeah, that's down there near the Marsh Delta region of Lower Egypt. And so, for anybody that could believe that the Hebrew is, or the Egyptian, not Hebrew, Egyptian Israelites, because they had spent over 400 years coming in with only 77 people, knowing that they had intermingled with the Egyptian bloodline, and for 400 years only coming in with 77 people. 77 people that they were full-blood Egyptians when they left. They were full-blood Egyptians when they left. They very well may have been of a different religion, but as far as the blood, that's what they was. You see? And then, matter of fact, when they left Egypt, God knocked off all, damn near the elders, knocked all their ass off. Say, y'all wicked. You know what I'm saying? That just show you that they, as soon as they came out, God only left the youngin. I don't know how young they was, but that's how they only left the young. Because y'all was wicked. It was always a reason. Even when the goddamn y'all rebuke God over something, and he sent them damn snakes to bite the shit out y'all. And then Moses had to raise the serpent up on the pole to heal y'all, which ain't nothing but the caduceus, which ain't nothing but the Badeti, the winged sun disc of Ra, with the twin cobra serpents up there. That became the caduceus, the healing in his wings. That's what in the Bible say, that God is a son with healing in his wings. That's what. So that's what what they call the Nahushtan, which is the serpent on the pole, the brazen serpent. You feel me? All that come up out. You can see if you go to the temple of Abydos, you can see Tahuti up there with the serpents on the pole. Man, come on, man. What is y'all do? Y'all stealing. The gig is up, y'all. Y'all got to pay homage to Africa today. We want y'all to understand that. So, and how is it that, that they continue to benefit? They always talk about when they was enslaved. They wasn't enslaved but a little bit of time, because y'all bit the hand that fed y'all last. That Joseph, when Joseph asked Pharaoh, would you allow my father and my brothers to come into Egypt? And Pharaoh should have said, hell no, let their ass starve out there. But Joseph had did a good work for Pharaoh, and so on that, he let them come in. Other than that, if he would have had a fortune teller, or someone that could look into the future and tell him how they would bite his damn hand and bite the hand that fed them, he should have left their ass out there to starve. I'm gonna do a video why Pharaoh should have left their ass out there to starve. That's gonna be one of my new videos. Because they didn't, we fed them and we gave them everything, civilization and everything. And then they went over to our brother's land in Canaan and committed genocide on them. Yeah, and committed genocide on them. And so to all you Hebrew Israelite FBAs, I know y'all was in church today, but y'all don't want to know the truth. Y'all niggas want to live a lie. And anytime you want, I know you lying about every damn thing. You ain't gonna be lying over here and then over here you telling the truth. Nigga, you living a lie. You living a lie. You don't want to connect with Africa, but the Bible is an African religion. You understand? It's been refurbished. It's been refurbished, with all these created creatures that y'all call the Israelites, which ain't nothing but the Canaanites, but y'all done stole their identity and called them the Israelites, and then let another European cosplay as the Israelites. They call them Ashkenazis. All of them is cosplaying. All of them is tethering on ancient Africa and ancient Egypt. I just want y'all to know that. And so we got y'all number. So anytime any one of y'all want to call General Seti, the high priest, please do. Because I got your damn number. I want y'all to get over to Patreon. Soon as this live stream end, click that link. Join up. Soon as you join, no matter what level you join on, man, a treasure chest of all kind of lectures and presentations will open up to you. You're going to be binging like Netflix. You hear what I'm saying? All right, family. I'll see y'all in a minute. Boom, Black Power.